Let's talk about women in broadcasting, because it's something I'm interested in.
I can't imagine why, Julie.
Yeah, I've only been doing broadcasting for 2 years, but what a great career, what a great thing to do. But I still wonder sometimes, especially on TV, how hard it must be. I think that a lot of times people don't hear what women say on TV. They're so distracted by what they're wearing, by their hair, if they're pretty, etc. I think that men are heard on television. How do you get around that?
You try to ignore it. And, I mean, you obviously have to worry about the kind of appearance side of television, men and women do. But I think more and more people are really focused on what we do say and on our reporting, and we're seeing women now in so many more important beats that we never used to inhabit. There was a time when there were very few women, on the press bus in campaigns, and I was thinking about this quite a lot lately with the passing of Helen Thomas, and also, Timothy Krause's book back in 1972, or 73 or 4, whenever it was the 72 campaign that he covered, The Boys on the Bus. They were all boys back then. There were so few women. There was the great Ann Devroy from the Washington Post, who passed away far too young. She was one of the really groundbreaking White House correspondents. Susan Page, of course, the USA Today bureau chief, and Ann Compton, who's been covering the White House longer than anyone, and Judy Woodruff, my great friend and mentor, now with the PBS NewsHour, Gwen Ifill, her co-anchor with the NewsHour, but very few women on the press bus, and Cokie Roberts, the great Cokie Roberts from ABC. But other than those few women, Ruth Marcus in the 92 campaign, in the Clinton campaign, I can't think of a whole lot more who were day in, day out covering the campaign. Now you have a whole new generation with the bloggers and all.
They're very young, the embeds.
What people forget is what Jack Germon, one of a kind who just recently died, was recounting in some of his old interviews. He was a real newspaperman's newspaperman. He had it all, from the reporting, the door knocking, the way Dan Balls now does, but David Broder did. These are the reporters who really set the template for all the rest of us. And they got out of their studios. That's the one drawback to doing a daily show, is that I have to take it on the road, which is expensive if we're going to get out and really cover these campaigns. I used to be on the Clinton bus trip in 1992, coast to coast, day in, day out, doing television then from the road. We edited everything. We didn't feed our stories. We didn't have cell phones, really. We had these big, chunky,
loaf
of bread things. We didn't have wireless. I mean, it was just a much different world. And women were not really a part of that world until the 92 campaign, I think.